Good morning. Back from the car. Got my hair cut this morning, and now I'm just in line for the boat to go back to the other side of the water and get out of the Seattle area, which I'm excited about. Over the last week, I took it upon myself to journal just to see the difference between how it affects my mental state towards the end of the week. Last week, I kind of got to Friday and I hit like a pretty massive roadblock with how I felt. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get my steps. I didn't want to get outside. I didn't want to communicate with anybody. I didn't want to film a video. I didn't want to do anything at the end of last week. And that's typically abnormal for me. I'm able to usually kind of shake off things throughout the week pretty quick. But I kind of noticed that over the last couple of weeks, the more the weeks are going on, or the holidays are coming in, and work is getting, they say it's the slow time, but it's really not. Right now is the time where everybody kind of comes in. They treat us like crap because we're in retail, and especially if you're in banking, you get treated like crap. Everybody needs all their complicated things done, so it's not the slow time at all for us. And I just think that everything involved with what goes into a week was beginning to weigh down on me. Plus, the idea of pushing for some weight loss, so being extra physical. But then once you have a bad night of sleep, it just seems to kind of drag everything down. So what I did this week was I took it upon myself to journal. Each day of the week, whether it be once a day, twice a day, or 3 times a day. I did it however much I needed to, just to feel like I'm getting my thoughts on paper or my thoughts out of my head. And I noticed right away I was beginning to start the day where I would get up at 5 and I would immediately go to my journal. I'd have water, I would journal. And in those journals, I would just appreciate what I have in the morning, just peaceful time. Where it's kind of before the dog wakes up, it's before my wife wakes up, but it's before everybody else wakes up, so work's not even going yet. It's just quiet. It's quiet, it's peaceful. I can sit down for 5 minutes and just think, appreciate what I had the day before, but truly just recognize in that moment that I can put down whatever my thoughts are first thing, and I can set my day up that way. I felt going into it, it was making me a lot less stressed out in the morning time. I felt like I was not so rushed. I felt like I wasn't making 1,000 decisions. I felt like I wasn't putting myself behind before I even got to the office. The one thing that I really liked was I would journal and I'd go out and walk. And the main thing is, in my journal, I would put in a certain amount of steps that I would hit before I would even get to the office. And every single day I would accomplish that. And I think that that's a big one for me, where if I can put my physical goals on paper and be able to go out and achieve those before the day really even begins, that just builds a lot of momentum to go in the right way. And that naturally had me feeling a lot better going into my day, with more energy, with more enthusiasm, and I felt more confident as well. The midday journal was a great way to reflect on how my morning was and get some of those stresses out on paper that I've had since being at the office. What's going on with my team that's stressing me out? What's going on with the customers that's stressing me out? What's going on just in general that is stressing me out? And I'd be able to write it down and I can weigh it out. And really, when I put it on paper, I can weigh down like, you know what, this thing is really not that stressful for me. I have to stop letting it impact me so much. And I was beginning to write down just pretty much everything that was at the top of my mind. And then I would go straight outside and I'd walk for 30 minutes on my lunch every day. And walking every day for 30 minutes on lunch is 100% something that I would always recommend. I recommend it to my team, even though they may not be doing it yet. I always recommend it to them. Rain or shine, get outside, get some steps, clear your head, get out of the office, get away from your computer, and just be alone with your thoughts. Be alone with your thoughts, or put your thoughts on paper and then go out on a walk so you can just enjoy what's around you. And that's been really helpful. And to wrap this all up, before I even go to bed, the one thing that I really love doing, and this is something that has really changed the game for me, is putting down everything that I'm grateful for that happened in a day on paper at the end of the day. Get it out of my head and put it on paper so I can remember at the end of every day there is always going to be at least 10 to 15 things that I am extremely grateful for that happened. So no matter how bad of a day I had, no matter how tough of a day it was, I can always go back on paper and I can look back over the last 5 days and I can see, wow, every single day I had about 10 to 15 things that I was really grateful for. And that to me outweighs anything that is going wrong in the week or anything that is stressing me out in the week. Those are the things that I'm able to shake off. And this Saturday started off with a lot more enthusiasm. I got up at 6:30 in the morning this Saturday. And I was able to just really enjoy my morning and feel a lot less weight and pressure. And I think that that's something that I've just been really looking for, to kind of break through some of these barriers physically or mentally. And I'm really excited to get back home today, and I'm going to go out on a really long walk, which is even going to help clear my mind even more. And I'm going to enjoy a Christmas with my wife and her side of the family, and we're going to exchange some gifts and just really be grateful for what we have, and just be able to really enjoy the time that I have at home, where it's peaceful, it's quiet, tonight in the evening. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I think that this is something that I would recommend for you guys to try if you've been looking to maybe find a difference in a routine that can add a little benefit. Try journaling just at any point of the day. It doesn't matter when, just try doing it, and really weigh out how different you feel at the end of this week or that week, to really get a good understanding of that. But love you guys. I'll see you guys soon in my next video when I'm probably out on a walk. I'll have something else I'll talk about. But I'm really grateful for you guys. 40 plus subscribers this week. So, I've hit 40 plus subscribers this week, which is absolutely incredible. And just a testament to how much your guys' support goes to me. It's always something that I'm very, very appreciative of, and I'm grateful for. And it may not be for everybody, the way that I go about these talking and just kind of it being more of a non-flashy channel, but I know that what I bring is going to help me. It's going to help me, and it's making me feel like I'm contributing to myself and my journey. And so for you guys to be joining along on that is so important to me. But thank you all so much. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.